If you hold Bitcoin, pay attention to this. There's a rare mega death cross that's quickly approaching for Bitcoin. It's very, very ugly. It's been happening since 2014 and precisely every 4 years. We're on schedule to have another one very, very soon, and you need to pay attention right now. If you're new here, my name is Steve. I'm going to help you get one step closer to your financial freedom. Hit that subscribe button right now. Did you do it? Hit that button, throw a thumbs up on this video. We're jumping straight into the charts. Now, if you've been following my channel for a long time, in 2018, we covered this mega death cross because it was a rare event. We were the only ones that were saying we were going to have this death cross because at the time, everybody was saying that the Bitcoin price would skyrocket, that we would go on a rally and that we would never ever fall below 6K. There were so many people saying never below 6K, not possible. We came out and said not only we're going to have this mega death cross, not only are we going to drop below 6K, but it's likely we're going to drop all the way down to about 3K where the 200-week moving average was. And that's precisely what happened. Here we are today in a similar situation. You know, there's a lot of hope in the market that we're going to turn things around, but the facts are the facts, and that's what we're going to cover today. We're going to cover what this mega death cross is, when it's scheduled to happen, and what you should do about it. So let's start with the facts. The facts are this mega death cross. How do you draw it on your chart? Well, if you have the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average, you just go to the 3-day chart. And if you're a student, you have my custom design indicator absolutely free. You can just pull it up and it's already there. What it means is when you have a death cross, this green line crosses below the red. It tells us that a larger move, a larger leg down is coming. And in 2014, we had one and we dropped by 50% to create our lows. So after we had this cross, it dropped by another 50%. When this cross happens, usually the market is still a little bit more bullish than bearish. Sentiment is still pretty positive that things are about to turn around, right? Same in 2018. When the green line crosses below, it signaled a 50% drop in the market. It was pretty much exactly 50% in 2014, and it was pretty much 4 years later, exactly 50% again in 2018. So these are very rare events. You can look at the 10-year history of Bitcoin in front of you right now, and we have literally only had 2 mega death crosses. That's just a fact. The mega part is it's on the 3-day. You've probably heard of the death cross on the 1-day chart. There are a lot of false signals on the 1-day chart. You can have a death cross on the 1-day, and then it can be a false signal, and then you can be down and out, and it can follow that up with another golden cross or death cross that's a false signal. But on the 3-day chart, there's never been a false signal. You can see that when we look at 2014, boom. 2018, boom. And again, we're getting close, right? We're getting close to the one in 2022. Now, what your charts won't do unless you're a student is it can take the information of the price movements and predict where we're going to have a cross. And that's precisely what we've done today. So I'm going to lay on you what the date is, but I just want you to know the magnitude of this. And you can also use these as support and resistance. Take a look at what I mean. Back here, in a bull run, we hold the green line as support. And as soon as we break the green line, which we did here, we usually fall to the red line. And once we fall through the red line, that's when we create the bottoms of our markets, right? Same thing here. Back here in 2015, 2016, 2017, we held this green line as support through the bull run. Take a look, right? So it has some magic powers. When we break the green line, we usually fall to the red line. We held the red line as support for quite a while. Everybody thought we would never ever break 6K, but the facts are the facts. We broke it in pretty horrific fashion and fell all the way, and we created our bottom. And then again, we had our parabolic run, which really started in April of 2020, and we started going parabolic. And when we broke this green line, usually we fall to the red line. And that's precisely what we did back here in January, middle of January. January 19th is when we fell to this red line. We have not broken this red line yet, but the history tells us whenever we fall into the red line, we've broken through it. Whenever we fall into the red line, we've broken through it. Whenever we fall into the red line, we've broken through it. In fact, in history, we've never fallen to the red line and then it turned out great. That hasn't happened yet in the 10 years. That isn't saying that it could never happen. At some point, it will happen. And maybe it's this time. Let's hope. But so far in history, we can say with 100% certainty that the facts are when we fall into this red line, which we've just done, it's broken through. When is Bitcoin scheduled to have this mega death cross, and what does it mean? So if we take our indicators, the 50 and the 200, and we project out what this movement is going to look like, it gives us a precise date of here, May 13th. May 13th is when we're scheduled to have this cross. And again, it all depends on what this price action does. If Bitcoin falls further, it's going to move quicker. If Bitcoin bounces up, it'll move this out. It's really simple. But what we need to avoid this is we have to get price action back above this green line. So if we project out where the green line is going to be, perhaps towards March 2nd, kind of a month-ish from now, we need to be above 50K, which is quite a big ask. Okay, 50K is a pretty big psychological barrier that a lot of folks are going to have their eyes peeled to. It may be quite a while before we get above 50K, but again, Bitcoin has some tricks up its sleeve. We'll see how it reacts, but make no mistake, you want to avoid this mega death cross at all costs. And the interesting thing, since 2014, this has been happening every 4 years. It happened in 2014. It didn't happen again. There were no signs of it whatsoever until 2018 when it happened 4 years later. And since 2018, nobody's talked about this mega death cross. And here we are today in 2022, 4 years later, talking about this mega death cross yet again. So it's very interesting. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Leave a thumbs up on this video, and you can feel free to follow us on Twitter at CryptoCrewU. And also make sure you watch one of our recent videos that everyone loved. It was before the big crash, that recent big crash that had happened. We made this video. Bitcoin is about to do something for the first time since the 2018 crash. I'll leave this in the comments down below, but this was the MACD cross before the MACD cross even happened, and now we're in deep trouble with that MACD cross. So make sure you pay attention to these charts. The facts are always in the charts. I'm here to keep you level-headed. I'll be with you every step of the way during this process. But again, even if we have this 3-day death cross, it's going to be a phenomenal buying opportunity. So if we have it, phenomenal buying opportunity. If we somehow avoid it, that means so much bullish momentum came into the market that you're going to have a huge smile on your face. Either scenario should have a huge smile on your face. All right. Either it's an incredible buying opportunity or it's so bullish that your head's going to explode, both of which are really good. I'll see you back here on the next video. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs.